Bruh, this whole time, this whole time, the thing was not live again. And I know I pressed it. I'm sorry if you've been waiting. I'm sorry if you've been out there. Bruh, I'm gonna have to get better on my technical aspect because this is bogus. I just got kicked off of Twitter Spaces, so I gotta get set back up on there, and I just knew that I've been getting recorded on here. So for everybody who's just not tuning in, I'm sorry about the update. I've actually been doing the show for the last 24 minutes. I started on time. I started on time every time. My mama didn't tune in. Y'all can go catch the first half of the show. We're not going to double back today. We're going to keep the show moving, baby. You're going to jump in and get in where you fit in. But today is be the change that you want to see. That's all it's about, baby. Y'all can see I got my void up there, man. And, bruh, it's so dope that I'm able to use an NFT that I was just gifted as my persona now. And I can build a brand off of this dude. Like, I can take this shit as far as I want to go. I could do whatever I want to do with this motherfucking NFT. And can't nobody stop me, because guess what? I own it now. Old boy gifted it to me, and I own this shit. So if you just not tuning in, hey yo, sorry Twitter, baby. Your boy Chef was just rugged, man. I got rugged on Twitter, and then I wasn't even recording my damn show. This shit is fucking insane, man. And last time that shit happened, it was recording, and then it brought back, and then it dropped 2 episodes. I can't really tell you if it came through or not. But we gonna keep the show rolling, man, because technical difficulties ain't gonna stop shit but a motherfucker who wanna quit. And guess what? Your boy ain't quitting shit. But yeah, man, this NFT right here that you see, it's me. Jump on Twitter right now and go check me out, man. Yeah, I got my still PFP folks, but this project right here, man, I was just talking on Twitter about it. I'm talking with the project. I'm talking about the project simply because it kind of invoked in me the change that I wanted to be recently. Like, it helped put the icing on the cake on something that I had already baked, and it was cooling off. You know what I'm saying? So get right back into it, man. Like, for those of y'all who are just now tuning in on YouTube, I got gifted this PFP, and now this is the Chef Crypto Chris brand. Like, this void right here, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna get his attire right. I'm gonna put the web runners on his shirt just like how I got it. Go check out my PFP, man. I hooked that man up last night on Procreate, man. And I finished it off this morning. I put him in the game. Though. I got him with a spliff in his mouth. That boy got ink all over his neck. He got the big smoke session going on. Big gang shit. You already know. But, man, how can you be the change you want to see? How did Chef become the change that I wanted to see? The change I wanted to see, all right, well, for me was when I came into this space, a lot of people were influencing, newbies, myself, others, and I knew off rip just from just experiencing life, and I got kind of like a sales background, if you will. I've done some telemarketing. Unfortunately, I had to do cold calls and shit, and that shit is whack. Sucks calling people, bugging people, and sitting up here basically begging them and running this script down their throat for money and all that. Yeah, I'm not on that. I had to leave that little lifestyle. But while I was there, my goal in anything in life is to excel and exceed and be the best at it. I actually learned a little bit more about myself as in regards to like public communication and like speaking with others. And you know, in that situation, in that setting right there, it's a lot of fuck yous and what the fuck you calling me for and get the fuck off my phone. And I even got called nigger a couple of times just simply because people was in their fucking feelings. Like, don't fucking call me. Don't nobody want no unsolicited ass calls. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Um, but I think that training, that skill set that I gained from there, as well as just my experience in life, was able to help me spot the ungenuine people, if you will, in this space. And it's unfortunately, there's been a lot of them, man. It's a lot of people that have amassed a good following, and they take advantage of the people around them. They take advantage of their following. They dump on their following, man. You name it. It's been so many instances over this year that I've been here. I've been here over a year now. My year was like in February. I'm working on 2. And man, it's just been a lot of people. I'm not talking about the events that recently happened. I'm talking about just over this whole entire year. It's been a lot of shit that shouldn't have went down, but because people lack morals and their moral compass is broken, then you're going to be faced with a lot of unethical decision making. And I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of motherfuckers just focus on their own bag. Like, real shit. Like, that's really what it boiled down to. People just be focused on their bag and they don't be worried about another motherfucker bag. But me, I'm fully aware that it's enough motherfucking money or whatever they create, because they make this shit out of air. It's enough of that shit to be made for everybody to be okay. And for the stuff that's already here, it's enough wealth on this earth for everybody to be okay. The problem is the greedy motherfuckers who call themselves getting to it first, who actually stole it, you know, they are in this situation where they don't want to share the wealth. And, you know, they may be privy to other information that we aren't. And let's say, for instance, like with the way inflation has been hitting and how food shortages have been going on and stuff, if it may be a situation where it actually is shortages on water and food and stuff, y'all think that they really want a situation like that to be handled outside of how they want it to be handled? You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that's taking place, I was in the spaces earlier, everything that takes place in this system, even in this crypto system, all of this stuff takes place because it was designed to take place like that. You can think the crash just happened because it just happened, or Luna caused the crash, or anything caused the crash. Guess what caused the crash last year when I got liquidated? Oh, Justin's son fucked Christopher Hawkins' wife or some shit. Like, they come up with some. Every fucking time something dramatic happens, it's a storyline behind it. You can fall for the narrative if you want to, or you can continue to build out here. You can create value out here. That's what time it is. You can't get caught up in the hype. You can't get caught up in this fucking soap opera that you so busy with the soap opera and you're trying to trade that you're distracted during your trading and you fuck around and go buy some bullshit. Because right now it's finna be bullshit season. I heard from a couple of people, they're still going to push their project even in the current market conditions because they believe in what they're doing. I salute the fuck out of you. And then I also heard some motherfuckers that said they going to put their shit on hold until the market condition get better. And I respect the fuck out of you too, because you being honest with the situation. What I don't respect is the motherfuckers who already then dedicated their time and effort or what have you, and because the market has changed, they still don't want to do the project. I get it. I understand that you're supposed to get some sort of finance. You're putting forth effort. You got to pay your dev team. People got to get paid. You're expecting to make a profit off of this project. I understand. But I also feel like a lot of you come into this space solely to make profit off a project, and that's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it simply because that we don't need projects just to come in here. We don't need VCs. We don't need creators. We don't need devs solely to come in here, just make projects, get your bag, and get the fuck out. We don't need that type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? This space, I feel like this space is more designed for creatives, and it's more beneficial for people who are artists and who are talented and who need to showcase their talent in whatever way, form, or fashion. I don't care what it is that you do, whether it's technology based or it's in real life. Shit, I guarantee if I think about it well enough, it's a way to bring your concrete finishing skills into Web3. Simply because somebody that you know is going to venture out and take this journey on bringing Web3 to IRL. Perfect example. The Board 8 Yacht Club member that had wound up opening up the restaurant in California. Been a huge success. Dang, I'm sorry for everybody who tuned in online. They say that thing buffering out the air. I got everything else closed, so maybe I don't know. One of these days it's gonna be at a point that everything gonna be running at optimal efficiency. I appreciate you rocking with me in my beginning stage. Trust me, it's gonna get better. I promise. But where was I? I can't even remember, dog. But you want to be the change that you want to see. With the voids, I put the proposition that I want to make myself available to help out with the team, set up spaces, and run the spaces as well as run the main account. So basically, I'm gonna be doing marketing for that. I also applied for the marketing position with the Chibi Labs as well, and I also got a little IRL interview tomorrow in reference to a little cooking position. So yeah, Chef over here turned up for real, cause like my mind got focused on that bag recently. Like I've always been focused on that bag, but it got focused on what needs to be done with that bag, and I started allocating stuff. I was like, okay, this costs this costs that, and then I can use equipment, and it's like I definitely can use another desktop that's a lot more powerful, that's going to be able to handle me streaming at this capacity, and I can definitely use better screens that help my setup better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of improvements that I see I can make with my own personal setup that's going to wind up coming as long as I keep on doing what I'm doing right now. That's how you want to invoke the change, because I haven't always been this way. It takes discipline to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to with me personally, I had to whoop the procrastinator in me, and I like to think I always got stuff done, but it's certain situations that I drag my feet on. Like I've been talking with my wife about starting my own podcast and getting my own show off the ground over the last 6 months, man. Really longer than that, I believe. And I always known that I wanted to be an entrepreneur and like do my own thing. And with this show, not even just with this show, but with Web Runners, I'm opening up the door of opportunity for myself to engage in a lot of other activities as well that I want to sit up here and manifest, like my own clothing and apparel line. A lot of people like to call it merch or whatever. I'm really going to be bringing a whole different flavor. I've been drawing and sketching up different designs, you know, and really putting a different aspect. Like I'm not just drawing traits to go on a shirt. Like motherfucker, I'm piecing together like full fabrics and shit. Like really on some, like my dog Frank. Shout out to the little Misfit Social Club, man. I hate to see what happened with y'all, but like he on the same wave. I haven't really heard much, and see, I gave him a shout out, but I also have to be clear on some things too. When you are engaging and building up a community, you have to continue to keep communication with this community as well, because that's the only way the unity is gonna like lock in. You know what I'm saying? To the point that if you're being slandered online or in real life or anything, you gonna know that a motherfucker ain't gonna sit up there that you rocking with and let that shit go down in their presence. They either gonna remove themselves or they gonna address the situation. Either one of them is acceptable, but one thing they're not gonna do, they're not gonna sit up there and piggyback with these motherfuckers and fake kiki kaka with somebody on Web3 or IRL because they saying some fucked up shit about you. And I mean, shit, you awesome. Shouldn't nobody be saying no fucked up shit about you anyway. You know you awesome. You go hard every day, don't you? I know I do. I get up every day. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like the next person. And I make sure that I make myself available to my family first, my friends. That I got all friends on Web3. I don't really got no IRL friends for real. I got a few, but they back home or whatever. But in order for you to fully be the change that you want to be, I think the most important thing that you want to see is making sure that you hold yourself accountable at all times, and not only holding yourself accountable, but those around you. I think if we see a lot more of that attitude adapted, it's going to prevent people from feeling like they can come in this space and just take advantage of people. It's not going to happen. Like, I mean, the perfect example with the Azukis and how Luna and all that shit went down, it's just a lot of situations that could have been avoided had it been more understanding and a clear objective within the community. Like, you see a lot of shilling going on with these communities, and you expect that when you see a community a lot or heavily talked about, that there's strength in that community. Like the apes, for example, you expect to see strength in that community, but every day I get on this motherfucking web and I get on social media, I see engagements that kind of contradict that statement. You have your average apes who are GM, wag me, you know what I'm saying, like we all gonna make it and y'all have a great day. Boom, we finna get it started. Look at this new ape I just copped. They spent some more money or they bought in a new project. You know what I'm saying? The typical engagement farming post. And then you got some guys like the Yildosaurus dude just recently, he got his ass fried because he said some dumbass shit because he got a shit ton of money. He thinks that his wealth puts him in a status that, first of all, you can be a dick to people, and it really don't apply. Like, I mean, I don't know why people feel like that's just the green light just to be sitting up here being the ass and shit. That's a really foolish way of thinking, and it really shows what you really worth. Like, you ain't gonna get nowhere like that, man. Ass fuck around and die of heart complications or some shit just because simply you got a bad heart and you out here promoting unnecessary shit. And I guess dude had a reflection or whatever, and it's like, it's good that he had a reflection, but it shouldn't take the whole entire space DMing you and lighting your ass up with a million fucking I know his notifications been going ham. The last 24 hours, he probably got more notifications than he's ever gotten in his whole fucking life. More DMs and more threats than he's willing to swallow right now. And his tone was totally different at the beginning of the shit he was talking to what the apology I seen. And I just got at that to say this, like, be aware who you're talking to in this space. Be aware of the energy you're putting out. And be the change that you want to see. You can't say you want to see, like, perfect example, you can't say you want to see a certain activity in marketing for a project and you're not willing to share a tweet, or you're not willing to support a tweet, or you're not willing to make content for your project. Like, no matter what project I'm in, and no matter how y'all feel about my moves when I sit up here and I say this every time on my show that I get the opportunity, that I remind myself, but I got kids. At the end of the day, if I get a giveaway or something and I need to make a move and I got to sit up here and make a move, like, alright, my chibis and my board that I just got, I can't sell that one. That was gifted to me, and what this thing is doing now, I'm creating a brand with it. I'll be stupid to give my brand up and sell it for pennies. Because how much the flow is, that's about how much I get for it. And right now, although I need the money, I don't need the money to the situation that I'm not going to put my immediate needs before the long-term value that I know that lies there. And that's the difference between me and a lot of you and me and myself just days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to make those changes. I'm willing to be the change that I need to be in order to see the shit that I gotta see. Cause I got multiple sets of eyes. Not just my girls, my wife, my pets, everybody. People in this neighborhood, they watching my every move. They watch how I operate with my family. I'm constantly getting watched and talked about and to from my family, from friends, from you all, from Web3. Some of you know me from last year. Some of you just met me today. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. But I am willing to make the necessary changes for the betterment of myself and those around me. That doesn't mean I'm going to change at the core of who I am, because I'm still going to talk my shit. I'm still going to be goofy as hell. I'm still going to be laid back. I'm still going to smoke hella weed. And I'm still going to bring the motherfucking vibes and cook them bitches up, whether I'm in Web3 or whether I'm in IRL. And I expect you to do the same on your own accord. I expect you to move and operate how you need to move and operate on your own level. Because only you can do you, baby. Only you can do you. Don't let nobody else tell you different. You are unique. You are awesome. You're beautiful. You're loved. And you everything that you want to be. Now it's time for you to realize that. I can't do it for you. I can tell you and I can show you, but I can't do it for you. Just like couldn't nobody do it for me. It took a while getting to this level. But after having kids, after suffering failures, after almost losing my wife, after going through situations of being without for so long, after understanding what I want out of life and understanding that I have to go after this shit with everything in me, the chef gonna make sure that this shit gonna happen no matter what. You understand? You see that boy talking to you? You see my alien? I know you see my chef. We web runners, baby. Be the change you want to see. I'm out of this bitch. Yee, yee, yee. Y'all have a safe night, man. Peace. Time to eat.